Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to Other Man's Life. My name is Ali. Thanks so much for watching. It means so much. I think we can all agree Lego is a premium, luxurious, expensive plastic toy. A plastic toy that has won so many hearts and for the big kids in us and the little kids in our lives. But it is quite expensive. So it's no wonder then on the market that we see a lot of fake Lego sets being available. Do a quick search on the internet, there's loads. And at a significantly lower price. So taking existing sets or even retired sets, exactly the same, and selling it for a significantly lower price. And the price difference we're talking about is instead of $300, maybe $100. Instead of $100, as low as $20. So it's very tempting to go down that road. So I did. I took the plunge and I thought, let's really check it out. Let's really assess, is that price difference worth it in terms of quality versus what you're getting from the fake versus the real Lego. I took the plunge with Spider-Man Final Battle set. Awesome movie. I really like the set as well. Fake versus real. Let's talk about it. So for the purposes of the video, everything that's on the left is the fake Lego and on the right is the real Lego. So from the distance, you can't tell much of a difference. I mean, the colors match and they're pretty consistent and it does look like a really good replica of the actual real Lego set. However, when you get a little bit closer, you can see the color differentiation and the difference in shine. Lego parts have a consistent look and shine to them. The fake Lego, not so much. And you see this mostly on the crown and the headpiece, which is the main part of the set. However, if you didn't have them side by side, you would be very hard pushed to know and see that difference. I mean, you don't know what you don't know, right? From a build experience, the parts themselves mostly went together fine. There were no missing parts in the set, and they all clicked into place the majority of the time. The problems were on the plates, especially when you're working with one or two studs. They were just too loose. In addition, some of the rod pieces, the plastic from the injection molding still remained when they were cut, so it was a real hard push to get them in the holes, and some just did not want to go in at all, which is a pain, and I had to go into my spare parts collection to finish the set. You do see more gaps between the parts than what you used to with Lego. I mean, it's just not as flush as expected. Some are more obvious than others, and some are quite visible even from a distance. Especially here in this example, especially around the mouthpiece, you can see it's quite a large gap there. So that might impact your viewing pleasure here. And speaking of viewing, look at the stickers. I actually prefer the fake Lego one. It seemed to be a lot more vibrant. Maybe it's just the color choice that they had there. But again, that's each to your own kind of preference. I did not have high expectations for the minifigures. So what we got in terms of both printing and structural quality, for me, quite subpar. The color accuracy, the printing quality was quite bad. In some cases, different designs, if you look at Mary Jane there. However, it was the friction also of the arms and the legs. They're either too loose or too tight. And I think Lego just knocks it out of the park in terms of quality of minifigures. The biggest flaw in fake Lego is the clutch power. The clutch power of the part is so poor. For example, here on the crown, the slightest of touch and it comes off, and this is really annoying when I'm just moving it, let alone trying to play with it. It's just not acceptable. Compared to Lego, I mean, I'm hammering it down, I'm lifting it up, and the whole set moves. That's how good the clutch power is in comparison. And I'm struggling to see why a lot of companies seem to really struggle with the clutch power of their bricks. I mean, I think this is my best example. Look at that little block. And the slightest touch is already wobbling slightest thing and it comes off. Whereas here, with the Lego part, I mean, the whole set is moving, and that's how strong it is. So it may feel like I'm hating on this fake Lego set a lot. However, the key thing that always goes to the back of my head is, Ali, it's $20 versus $110, and we have to remember that. That's a big price difference for this set. But you are actually getting what you're paying for. As with most things in life, you know, that's a fact of life, I believe. Now the question is the original set from Lego worth $110? I mean, that's an entirely different question altogether. But for me personally, I am not happy for that compromise in quality versus the price difference. I mean, I play with these toys. You know, these are toys we play with. I play with my son. I mean, we'd also display, but we do like to bring it out and we like to play with it and mess around with it. And we that's our part of enjoyment with these sets and to mess around with them. But every time we lifted it up, even looked at it, the parts were falling off and it was so fragile, and that reduced our enjoyment and fun. And when something does that and is reducing our fun, then it defeats the whole purpose of this toy, you know. And that for me personally is, I'm happy to pay more to give me the assurance of that quality, hence fun. But at the same respect, we have to be extremely strict with Lego. I mean, it's a premium product. If they get something wrong, we have to tell them. We shouldn't accept any quality issues from Lego, even if it's a slight discoloration, printing, or if the set is just not good. We have to tell them that, and that's the only way we can ensure that Lego keeps that highest quality of their brand and products. However, on the flip side, I do not want to undermine the accessibility of these cheaper sets. Not everyone can afford this premium plastic toy, and if these sets and the enjoyment can be felt to another audience or consumer at a significantly lower entrance fee, then by all means it's fantastic. I think it's great. Morality issues aside, I mean, you have to also think about that. I personally don't have an issue. Each to their own, I guess. I know it's existing Lego designs and sets, and Lego has a lot more overheads. They got to pay, you know, for their designers, you know, their indirect functions of finance, HR, IT. They're a corporation. They got a lot more costs to cover than a alternative no-brand company just producing the bricks and sending it out without a box. But from a morality point of view, I still don't believe Lego have lost any sales. I mean, the people who are getting these sets are getting them because they're significantly lower. They wouldn't have bought them with Lego in the first place. So there's no lost sales there. So I've got no issue with that, and especially when we talk about retired sets. I mean, full disclosure, I actually bought the Ghostbusters Firehouse set. That's a building set that's long gone. But this was my only avenue to get it at a cheaper price, a cheapest way. The aftermarket price is ridiculous, and sourcing my own bricks is going to be very time consuming and expensive as well. So I have no issue with that. Where I do have an issue with these companies are when they do take other designs from other designers from places like Reworkable and do not give them any credit or a slice of that pie altogether. I mean, that's a different level of theft in my view, and those I simply will not entertain. I honestly don't understand why they cannot get in touch with the designer and say, hey, look, we really like your design, we want to make a set out of it, here's a deal, let's get a deal done. So very similar to what I believe Carter Bricks is doing. I don't see the issue in why companies can't do that, as opposed to just taking the design and go. So yeah, stick it to the big corporation, but not to the little guy who as well. That's just my view. So there you have it. I mean, that's how I see it. Will I be buying any other fake Lego sets? The jury's out. I mean, smaller sets like this, especially when we're talking about little plates, 1 stud, 2 stud, 3 stud plates, Absolutely not. It's not worth it for me. When it's bigger sets, the jury's still out. When I build that Ghostbusters firehouse, I'll do a video and share my thoughts on that experience, because that's a modular building, and a lot of modular buildings are retired, and a lot of people want them. So I'll have a look at that for you. Let me know if you're interested in me videoing that and filming that as a video. So now this is going in the trash, and I'll let my son take over from there. See you in the next one. Peace and love.